Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the BTTC YouTube channel and a quick knowledge drop. So I'm here to talk a little bit about the COVID-19 fatigue, exhaustion, and burnout that I'm sure a lot of us are all going through, and how we can really tune inside and really start beginning to take care of ourselves and also to take care of our families. So as you can see on our screen, I'm sharing here is a coping skills resources for parents and also for adolescents and our students. Fortunately, there are a lot of free applications out there that you can download, and all the ones that I have listed here are free for you. One of my favorites is the app called Stop, Breathe, and Think. And what I love about it too is there's a kid version for our younger kiddos as well, probably kindergarten through about second grade, I would say. Stop, Breathe, and Think is a great way to practice mindfulness, to practice being present and grounding ourselves and really introducing ourselves to what mindfulness is all about. There's also an app called Motivation Daily Quotes. Some of us get very energized by words and we gravitate towards them. So utilizing this sort of app will help instill that hope and instill that feeling that we can get through this. So here are some helpful tips to help you cultivate a mindful home. And when I say mindful home, what I mean is a place of calmness, a place of peace, a place where we can really create a space that we can restore ourselves. So I have a lot of different tips to create a home where you can encourage and promote and role model coping skills for your family members. One thing that I absolutely love to do is do a morning breathing and check-in. So the first thing, what you do when you wake up, you can do this for yourself as a parent, a caregiver, and you can do this for your families as well, is finish the sentence and say, today I feel. And remember, there's no judgment. We want to take ownership of our emotions. You know, today you might be feeling frustrated. Today you might be feeling angry. Today you might be feeling excited or hopeful or inspired. So there's a whole range of emotions, and all emotions are okay. As we know, journaling, coloring, and drawing are all great creative outlets for us as well. Another suggestion is for you to create a calming corner, and that might look different for every family. Together with your children, you can create a safe space for them to access their coping skills, whether that is different squishies that you can have, coloring books, maybe you set up an iPad there with the mindfulness apps and headphones that they can go to, a journal. You can really create it and make it your own. And again, it's just a space that children and adolescents know that, hey, I can go to this space to calm myself and to ground my body. When, you know, the outside world feels so out of control, this is one thing that I can do for me. A mindful walk is a great thing, and when I say a mindful walk, I'm smiling because a lot of us will walk out and automatically pop in our earbuds and listen to a podcast or maybe our favorite song. And yes, that is awesome. That makes us feel very good in the moment. And at the same time, it's super important to also be really connected with nature and connected with our senses. So I challenge you to walk outside without technology and see what that's like. See if your mind and body can connect to the present moment. And one thing that I also want to share from this list is the last one, which is show. You are role models for your children and for those that are around, and even for other adolescents. So how you're coping with your feelings is important to show to your children and those that are around you, all those loved ones that are around you. So by talking about your emotions, experiencing them, learning how to navigate them, all of that is going to influence the way that your children cope with their emotions as well. And lastly, here are some also quick tips for our adolescents and students. And again, this is all about creating coping skills for the family. And what I really want to encourage is our caregivers to make sure they're doing it for themselves and then also helping their children along the way as well. So I list some different applications that you can use. One that a lot of, in my previous job as a school counselor, a lot of my 5th and 6th graders loved was the app called Smiling Mind, because the person talking is from Australia and they loved his accent. And one thing that I love about that app is that it breaks it down by age group. So you can choose mindfulness activities based on your children's age. Another thing that's really helpful and important is to change our thinking. And some of us might say this is a closed mindset versus an open mindset, or maybe a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. There is a lot of language around it. But when it comes down to it, it's really, really acknowledging how we're feeling and what's going on, and also adding on that aspect of hope and that aspect of agency and power. So instead of saying, I can't handle this, maybe changing that thinking to, I don't have to do this alone. And self-care bingo is a fun activity to do with your family as well. So what you have to do is, how many self-care strategies can you accomplish in a week? Who can get bingo first? And you can create this on your own with a piece of paper, or please feel free to pause the video here and use this as your example. So it can be very simple. I have spending time in nature, completing things on a to-do list, calling a friend, eating a healthy snack, a 5-minute dance party. These are all COVID-friendly coping skills that we can use. And what I want to remind us all is that, and sometimes when our world does feel out of control, it can be scary. And we're almost 8 or 9 months into this pandemic. So it's really probably setting in and settling in with many of us. So we're here for you. We're here to provide coping resources for you. So please feel free to reach out to us. And as always, subscribe to our YouTube channel for some more awesome videos, knowledge drops, and interviews. Have a great day.